So, without further ado, David Newton.
Thank you. I just want to ask people to start with who's actually done the Great North Run before. Oh, that's pretty impressive, pretty impressive. I thought for those of you who aren't so active and have just had your lunch, it's quite nice to start with a video. So just to remind you of what the Great North Run is and what it means to the region, we've just put a quick video together just to refresh everybody's minds. Here it is.
I'm sure you'll all agree that that reminds you, if you've ever done it, and gives you an insight if you haven't, as to the sheer emotional power that an event like that can create. I was quite choked up at times there. I wonder if you could give us a little bit of an idea of how it came about in the first place. Where did it all start? Whose mad idea was this?
Well, it started in Newcastle. It's a fantastic story, really. My chairman and chief executive, Brendan Foster, had the inspiration when he was an athlete. Some of you probably remember Brendan. He's a bit of an icon in the Northeast. And he was in New Zealand and he saw a mass participation run down there and he thought this is a fantastic idea for engaging with the community. And he came back to the UK, and this was in 1981. He staged the first Great North Run, and there were 10,000 people on the motorway. He had a word with the police, and they said, yeah, we'll close that road down, no problem. Didn't cost us anything then, happy days. And he closed the motorway, and the central motorway, and they ran the 13.1 mile course, just as it is today. It hasn't changed at all, it's exactly the same course, and they ran it. And the team in those days was 7 people. So we had 7 people who actually staged it then. And the sponsor was a local sponsor. I think it was EMI Thorn Heating, and the programme was Tiny Teas. Yeah. So it was very much a regional brand in those days, and it was all credit to him and that small team that they actually set the whole thing up.
How many people run it now?
52,000 this year, and next year we'll go to 54,000. So it's bigger than London Marathon, and it is the world's biggest half marathon. So it's a real sort of iconic brand for the region. And now, interestingly enough, it's not just a regional brand, it's an international brand. And where we used to get probably around about 70% of people used to come from the region, now actually only 30% come from the region and 70% come from outside the region. And the economic impact of the event on the region is £36 million. So it generates £36 million every year for the region.
That's fantastic. What team of people does it take to run it?
Well, now
your initial 7, how many have you?
We've grown the company a little bit since then, so we've got 52 people now, I'm proud to say. Right. But on the day, it's very important to say, there's about 3,500 volunteers take part to make it happen, and obviously the BBC come. So there's a big support team also involved. But yeah, 52 full-time employees, and we now have an office in London, Manchester, Australia, Africa, because we've got the Great Australian Run, which will be on the 30th of November this year, which will see 15,000 people take the streets of Melbourne. And we've got the Great Ethiopian Run with 32,000 people. I have to say, 2 years ago, actually, in the Great Ethiopian Run, a goat won. It actually got into the starting system, and it's not so well organised in Ethiopia, but the goat got into the starting system and finished the whole 10K run and actually came first. So it got a medal, which it then ate, but much to the frustration of our events team. But yeah, we're international now, so we've gone from a regional brand